So, been invited to lunch and learns in hospitals. Not everyone's gonna, absorb it all at once. Everybody, I guess, does it in their own spin, in their own time. They awaken or they align that there's something more out here than what we're learning in school, becoming a physician or what we're practicing. They're actually seeing what they call miracles of people healing. They're just, if you had an awareness, or the people are becoming more aware of the changes and the shifts that they need to make in their life and the choices that they're making, and they're doing it with more courage and more strength and conviction. They're having more life force in them, and there's different elements and different reasons why people have and why they choose that, and why they're understanding that and what they're seeing and what they're believing. And they're also speaking up, so they're talking to their doctors. Internet, all-knowing information. They're going knowing that there's something else. They don't know what it is. They're looking and searching, and they're finding Eastern medicine methods. I know Eastern doctors here right now studying in the Western Hemisphere, trying to blend both worlds because of the demand. That internet has provided, or that healers like myself having a voice and not being afraid to speak now, and saying this is real. The pharmaceutical company that you have is inside you. You all have one, and I've seen people with 9-inch tumors heal themselves within a month or 2 months. That's hard to believe when statistically, according to blind placebo studies and linear left brain thinking, they'll give their client the opportunity to say, you can have chemo and radiation, but it's only going to work 60%. There's only a 6% chance that you're going to survive. So what do? They go on the internet. They're not giving up hope. They made a choice. I'm going to live in a positive environment. I'm going to find a way. Somehow they find me, and then instinctively I teach them how to tap into their truth, and they make the choice to say, I'm going to leave chemo and I'm going to go off chemo and radiation, despite what their doctor's saying. I'm not telling them to do that. They're coming up with their own, and I'm not influencing them. I'm not suggesting, but they're seeing this themselves. And I see vibration fields with people with chemo and radiation, and how muted the fields are. It's much more difficult to heal when you're on medication than it is when you're not. You do need it at times, and you do have to make that call individually on your own. But people have choice.
Beautiful. And what happens when you open people up to their own healing capabilities, and they heal something? If it doesn't get to the root cause, is it true that it comes up somewhere else? Is that the process?
I think so. Lymphatic system, as an example, like I'm gonna go back. Oh no, I don't know where to start with this. There's so much to say on that topic. Can you be more specific in your question, then I don't have to ramble on and on?
Sure. Yeah. A mother develops arthritis. She's been very controlling her entire life of her children, like to an extreme extent. You help the arthritis be removed, but she doesn't lose that controlling factor, and osteoporosis comes up.
Absolutely, something will come up.
So there is something if the root cause isn't.
Yeah, control is anybody who has a controlling mechanism and still has a fear, which is a negative vibration. So, you're learning to get rid of ego, right? Your soul saying, chill, if you let go of all these illusions that you're having, of these fears that are allowing you to control, and you're not trusting that all is well and life is supposed to be fun, there are blockages that will happen in your body and something else will come up. They can go through medical systems and have pills and doctors or surgery and remove whatever it is that they need to be removed, but if the energy is still in there, it'll be ongoing, you see.
That's what I'm just curious, because in my own life I see when someone gets ill, although they might cure that, then something else.
Yeah. So to be specific, fear, solar plex. Usually, you store this energy in your liver.
Okay.
And the liver has string energies that I see in my eyes and my mind's view, and those string energies can talk to different parts of your body. So I've seen string energies where somebody has knee issues, and the string energy is a signal from the liver. You're telling yourself. And your body starts hurting right here. Yes. So I can see the source and where it came.
Yes.
And then remove it. And then sometimes the energy shifts and it'll go into a different spot. But when that person truly lets go and trusts that all is well and life is supposed to be fun, it's an amazing how fast they can heal. what healing means is opening up into all your life, your gears of life, and you're bouncing between the earth and the sky, and you're bringing a current up through your spine. This current can't go up if there's a blockage right here and you start fearing something.
Okay.
Right? Oh, I'm out of a job, I lost my job, I'll never be able to work again. You know, you're starting to be hard on yourself and more difficult. You will block something here, right? And then, you know, chances are you could form something in here because this current's not going all the way up and not opening.
When you are looking at everybody that you see on the street, do you see just the energy body, or are you able to shut that off?
I can shut it off. I can see different things at different times. Sometimes part of balancing me is when I get a message and I'll get a distinctive message. I'll hear times, dates, names. I'll get a message for this person. I find that most difficult with myself because I have to find out what their awareness is, you know. So I could be having a conversation, but then I'm having another conversation, another altered state of mind, and I have to find out, like I'm talking to their soul. Is like, are they aware? Is this the time now to speak or not? Is this information for me or is it for them? And I know enough now. It's not for me anymore because I'm confident in the messages that come and what I'm bringing. It's now finding a way to communicate to them because it wouldn't have come to me unless they asked the question. So I find it comfortable now to find words and solutions. I know most people, they'll look for me. I was at an event last night and they'll say, so what do you think of my boyfriend? You know, and I was twitching because I was twitching my ear because I had an itch, but they took that as, oh, that's a negative. She doesn't like my boyfriend. So, you know, I'm not always, you know, on cue. You know, I am a human, and so sometimes I do need to shut it down, and depending on what's going on. Sometimes someone will send me a signal or message and I'm busy doing other things and I won't receive it until later. But I can connect and then I can shut it down. But the energy also prioritizes things for me based on my intentions.
Right. Now, a hot topic, and I'm curious what you think about it. Okay. 2012. Are we coming to an end?
No. I've already lived my 2012. I think 2012 is a gateway for us to become balanced between left brain and right brain. It's an evolution of our thinking and beliefs. I've already gone through that process. So crisis moments and nights are evolution. And I consider myself to be balanced left brain, right brain on a cellular level, being able, you know, to communicate things that have happened in lives gone by on a cellular level. So I can use both left brain, right brain. I've gone through my 2012. To me, it's 2025. You know, I don't fear it at all.
Nice.
I don't think that any of us need to. We just need to concentrate on the positive, on what you want to see. We're going to be here for a long time.
And do you work with Akashic Records?
I've been told I do. When someone comes to my home, I write their name in my daytimer. I want to know what their name is because I believe that my intention is to start healing before they even get here. So they might book an appointment 2 weeks in advance and they'll tell me their name. And right away I'm not registering with them. And I'll say, do you have a nickname or do you have another name that you were born with? And they'll go, yeah. And then they'll tell me that name. I'll go, yeah, that's the one. You know, and I'll write that one in my daytimer. And I think when you're referring to Akashic Records, that a name has an intention. And it comes through spirit, and it has an intention, and it has a strong vibration. People who change their names or alter their names or nicknames, I find them harder to heal. There's a lot of duality, you know, in an intention. And I kind of want to counsel people that are giving birth, you know, think of the name, right? What feels good, or they'll ask me what feels good, you know, in a form of higher vibration or what's right for that soul. So, yeah, and you know, you look at my name, Nadine. Nadine means hope. And that's no coincidence that that's my role in life. That's part of self-actualization of an intention of a name. Take it a step further. Maybe 15, 20 years ago, I picked up the nickname Nadi. And if you look at what Nadis are, they are Egyptian alchemists. And energy goes into the Nadis, N-A-D-I, then into the endocrine system, and then into the immune system, the bloodstream, right down to a cell level. So
amazing.
naughty. Go figure.
It about sums it up.
Yeah.
And do you set it? We're coming up to 2011. Do you set intentions? Because that's a big thing that is out at the moment, of course, with New Year's resolutions even. Is that how you create your reality?
I think I create my reality every day, and I do have sacred beliefs or goals or intentions, the type of people I want to work with, on what level of awareness do I want to work with. Do I want to work with people one-on-one? Do I want to work with people in a group? Where am I at right now? Where is it deserving of me to put me? And I set my intention every day on the treadmill. It's I see 111s all the time. Walking into this place, I saw 111. So I stop and pause when I see that digital code, and it's a reminder to me to set an intention. And I have my own intention, and who knows if it's going to change right now, but I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy with the flow that intention is bringing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What's been your biggest inspiration?
My children. Yeah, they amaze me. I just love hanging out and listening to what they have to say. My parents inspire me, co-workers, family, and probably my biggest inspiration have been my relationships with men, and my marriage certainly taught me a lot on my worth and who I was, and I didn't know that before. I couldn't happen to go to that depth and have a wonderful relationship, and then pushing me so hard. Well, what are they teaching me? What are they inspiring me to be? Somebody who's very difficult, they inspired me to be that self-love. That all-knowing, I'm okay no matter what. I don't need to love outside in. I need to love myself inside out, and I can just be love. Yes. and just be and live in the now. So my current relationship that I have right now, I text message him, oh my God, I got it. You're the best teacher that I've ever had in my whole entire life. I'm supposed to live in the now. As a visionary, I would get ahead of myself in the future.
Yes.
I would have future visions of our relationship in the future. And I realized by my own fears and what was going to happen in the future, I was actually producing those actions into my thoughts. I was providing opportunity for him to be confused, to sabotage my own relationship. So I was grateful, and I got it, and I thanked him for what he was offering to me. You live in the now. I'm not supposed to go in the past or the future. So we're still together.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now, your final words of wisdom today.
Wow. I think let people be. Respect people's choice on what it is and where they're at. And when you do that, it's easy to learn forgiveness together. Because if somebody hurt you, then somebody must have hurt them enough. And that we need to learn forgiveness together. And I'm getting teary-eyed because it's such a misunderstanding that we need to hold so much anger in our hearts. We really, truly need to open and get that anger out. And when we do, this whole world is going to be that much more healthier, because energetically we will gravitate to help one another. You'll be able to drive to work knowing that somebody's going to be there to unravel your confusion in your life. So I guess unconditionally, without unflinching and resolve, is to see your self-worth and watch your life unravel. And don't be afraid to share it. Speak your truth.
And on that note, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nadine, thank you so much for your time today. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you and to hear your absolute wealth of information that you've shared with us today. Now, 2 words come to mind when I think of you. Of course, I think of hope, because that's what your name means, but I also think of revolution. I think you are on a path that's going to revolutionize the way we think about health here in the Western nations. So I've got my eye on you. I'm curious as to what's going to be coming in the future, and I wish you every ounce of success. Much love and many blessings to you, Nadine.